Good evening. It's a great honor to have the opportunity to welcome you all to, Dr. Wong, what number? 24. 24th Annual Gala of the U.S. China Policy Foundation, which was founded by my teacher of 62 years, Dr. Wang Qi. I began studying Chinese with him in 1957, and I've been a student of his ever since. We live in interesting times. We are fortunate in a way to be here in Washington because I was in New York earlier this week, and curiously, the preoccupation with the impeachment process against the president was not the uppermost issue in the minds of many of the New Yorkers I talked to. They're involved in business and other questions. In some ways, they were more concerned about the question of whether or not the United States and China are going to reach an interim trade agreement. And I've been besieged by reporters from various media outlets tonight asking how the impeachment process may impact on the U.S.-China trade relations that are underway. Last week, for example, people really thought we were getting close to having an interim agreement. That's looking less likely at the moment, but we don't know. What we do know is that the U.S.-China relationship remains the most important relationship in the world, in good times and in bad times. At the moment, we have stresses in the relationship that are dominating the attention, but at the same time, we've had two important speeches on China, one by the Vice President and one by the Secretary of State, in which, in contrast to the first year of the administration, we see interesting language in there. They're talking about an engagement policy with China. They're talking about how we are not seeking to decouple our economy from the Chinese economy. They talk about the fact that we want a positive relationship with China, that we're not trying to contain China. This is language that was not characteristic of the first year of this administration, and it illustrates, in my judgment, a process that we have seen many times before, which is that when U.S.-China relations are heading in an unfavorable direction, you begin to realize that the interests of the United States, and I believe the Chinese see it much the same way, the interests of China, are adversely affected. But that doesn't guarantee a particular outcome. I think the importance of the U.S. China Policy Foundation is that we try to stress the importance of the relationship in good times and in bad times, and I think that's the right approach for all of us to take. So I hope you have a good evening tonight, and we'll have some festivities a little later in the program. Thank you.